Hey all you Zombicide board game fanatics. Welcome to a quick little video I'm shooting of a custom game board that is created for a custom zombie scenario in Zombicide. As you can tell, this is not your ordinary Zombicide board game. It's all customized to have 3D buildings that are standing out. It's going to be a lot of fun. Where did I get this? It's created by a company called wargames, who are responsible for Dropzone Commander and other games too as well. This here box set that I purchased actually is called Ruinscape. It is a fully complete city Dropzone Commander set that contains 20 buildings such as these, all different sizes, and ground mats that will make up a full 6x4 playable area, which is incredible. So you got a lot of playable area, so you can play some games like Dropzone Commander. But again, we're not playing Dropzone Commander here. We are going to play a custom Zombicide scenario. You can see that the game mat tiles, they are 1 by 1 foot by 1 foot squares, and I didn't have them all laid out here because I want some edge clear so that the 12 players for game night can lay their character cards out and all of the other cards needed for Zombicide. So you can see too as well, is what I did is I took a marker and I marked off zones per 1 by 1 square tile. So these zones are approximately 4 inches by 4 inches. So all these squares are 4 inches by 4 inches, just like from the Zombicide game. I used the measurements from Season 1. Let's talk objective for this custom game that we're going to play. The objective is very simple. All the players, all the 12 hero players, are going to start at one point of the board, which is right here. It's kind of really reflective because of the lights, but you can still see, like, this is the mark that I'm putting it. And what we have to do is we have to go around the ruined city and find all of the red X's. There are 12 red X's, 1 X per player, but one player can hold them all. It don't really matter. Once they are picked up, we're going to have to run as fast as we can, any way we can, dodging the zombies or destroying them in our path to get to the exit. What makes this any different besides the board from any other Zombicide mission? Well, I'll tell you what makes it different. All these red X's represent experience points, just like in the normal game. They're worth 5, so you go up 5 points for every red X you grab. But what is different in this one is that every time you pick up an X, you are going to have to roll a D20 dice, a 20-sided dice. And what number lands on the dice is going to be determined as what the red X contains. Now, there are going to be good things and there are going to be bad things about all these red X's. Mostly bad things, but there are going to be some good things too as well. And I'll briefly go over the chart that I created custom for this game, and we'll go from there. Ned peers around the corner and quickly beelines it over to the red X and picks it up. He gets 5 experience points right away. Yay! But on top of that, he rolls the D20. And just say as an example, he rolls a 10. So then he looks in the custom chart that's created for this game, and it tells him exactly what happens by rolling the 10. First off, he picks up the X and takes it off the board, and he keeps it. Now, from the 10, he's going to go insane for 1 turn and attack fellow survivors. So, for the players that think, you know, we're going to team up together and stay close together so we can kill more zombies, that works in most Zombicide games. But in this one, for instance, it may not work as good, because if you roll a 10 and your fellow survivors are around you, what's going to happen is that you're going to go ballistic. And if you have a great weapon, you're just going to have to open fire on them and see what happens. Some other great goodies that you have from rolling the D20 would be anything from, you know, like D&D, a natural 20. If you get a natural 20 on the dice, what happens is it's a range shoot or attack melee. What that means simply is you get to not attack once in the same round if you're out of actions, but twice. So it's just like on the movie Zombieland. You get to double tap them zombies. And you know what happens when you double tap? They go down. Hopefully. And for this game, you see the numbers. There's the exit sign, but you also see the zombie spawn points. It's a little out of focus there, but you get the gist. So each one has a number onto it. So what happens is we have 6 dice, and we roll the 6 dice on the zombie's turn. And depending on how many dice we have that are the same number, just say we have, for instance, 4 of the 6 dice have 5 on them. So then you draw 4 zombie spawn cards for the number 5 spot. So you can have a lot of spawn right there. Really scary. Now, on top of that, where you have the zombie spawn points for 5 in total, if you draw one of these X's, again, a lot of these are not for the player. So if you draw them, it's going to say zombie spawn point, and if you draw a zombie spawn point, you have to put a zombie spawn point there. And how that works is, if you pick up a red X and you roll the D20 and the number you pick says a zombie spawn point, and even though you're rolling the 6 dice for the 5 zombie spawn points, that don't mean there's no other zombies that come out on the new zombie spawn points. They automatically get a card no matter what. And depending on what threat level you are at will determine how many zombies. So, as an example, somebody has an unlucky roll and rolled 3 more of the same number, which in this case, the zombie spawn point is number 8, number 12, number 19, and number 17. So again, it is a lot of bad things that can happen in this. But if they roll that, or any number, you're not looking at 5 zombie spawn points on the board. You're looking at like 9 zombie spawn points on the board, or so on and so forth. So again, it can be pretty hectic with a lot of zombies on the board attacking you. So, again, how do you win the game after all the zombies are attacking you and so forth? Well, you pick up all the X's, they're 12. 1 X per player, but 1 player can have all 12 X's if they want. That don't make a difference. But, once it's picked up, and every surviving hero is in the red danger level, then you just beeline it to the exit. Now, the only stipulation with the beelining it to the exit is you can only exit the exit. The only way you can escape the board is that the zone, this square zone right here, 4x4, has to be free of any zombies. And if you notice, there's a zombie spawn point right there. So you're going to have to do some killing before you can leave. And again, the name of the scenario, escape the city. And that's exactly what you have to do. Just a little side note here, a lot of the rules are exactly the same in the Zombicide core box set games and some of the expansions like Angry Neighbor and so forth. So we're going to incorporate the Zombiver in this too as well. And everybody knows in the Zombiver, if you get killed, your 2 wounds, you come back as a zombie, then you'll have 5 more wounds. You know, the stipulation with this game too as well is that when you're a zombie, you can't pick up any red X's, and you can't search and pick up any more weapons. So pretty much the weapons that you have on you when you die and come back as a zombie is the only weapons that you're going to have into the game. Very interesting. But you can still kill some zombies, and you're a zombie tank by having 5 wounds onto you. So you can still cause some havoc for sure. That's pretty much it for the custom rules in this custom game of Zombicide using the Ruinscape Dropzone Commander board by wargames. So leave some comments, make some suggestions. This video hopefully is going to go up on Friday, which is today, Good Friday. And our game group is going to play it Saturday. So if you have any suggestions for it, please leave them in the comments, because what I'll do is I will definitely look at them and see if I can incorporate them or change the game slightly so that we can have more of an interesting game. So keep playing board games, everybody. They're a lot of fun, good way to communicate and kill some zombies.